we've mapped the process through both systems. We saw which data flows need to exist between the two solutions and what front end needs to be there so the customer experience is of a single solution, right? Because we're not going to develop Hermes from scratch. Awery is not going to develop their ERP from scratch. We're going to be using those two best-of-breed solutions come together.
Hi, everybody. This is Libin, Chacko, Kurian from Stat Media Group. We are here in Munich, Germany for Air Cargo Europe and Transport Logistics Trade Fair. With me right now is Yuval Baruch. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Hermes Logistics Technologies. It's a SaaS platform that provides cargo management solutions. Yuval, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Today, you announced a collaboration with Awery Aviation Software. Can you give us an idea about what it is all about, particularly from your customer's point of view? What does it mean for them?
When you think about it, you've been covering the air cargo industry for quite some time. There's a lot of talk about the need for solutions to talk to each other, for solutions to come together and so on, for the industry to digitalize. What we've done is we've taken that from an idea to practice. In the last year or so, we've been thinking about what would be complementary, okay, in terms of solutions offered that would create something new, right? That would help to the digital process of airlines or just within the air cargo industry. So we mapped the whole process, and then we looked at which areas do we solve, which areas do we don't have, and what do we need to develop in order to do that. But instead of developing, actually developing would go against digitalization if there is a good, solid solution that could actually complement what you do. That's what we did with Awery. We sat down, we mapped the two solutions, we looked at what airlines need, and we found out that our two solutions, their sales and reservation solution, our cargo management solution, when come together, they actually create a single platform that is the best solution airlines could have. It's the end-to-end process that covers everything an airline needs to do when they handle their air cargo. That's the whole idea behind coming together with Awery.
Can you give us a little bit idea about Hermes specifically and how Awery will complement to your platform, or how that really complement?
So when you're looking at Awery and you're looking at Hermes, we are both established companies with established products that are basically offering different solutions, very rich functionally, very advanced technologically, but offer different solutions. On both sides, when we were looking at airlines, RFQs and RFPs, we actually identified that in order to satisfy the end-to-end requirement of an airline, we would either need to develop or offer something that we don't have. On the flip side, Awery had noticed the same thing. So when we started talking and when we started comparing functionality, and we actually did the exercise of sending each other functional requirement lists so each other can complete, to see how well would the two solutions cover what is now considered, as an end-to-end airline platform. And we were amazed to see that actually when you combine the two solutions, you get a breadth of functionality and a depth of functionality that is unparalleled. So an airline coming to look for a solution, they would look at h2A and they would immediately see that basically this is a product that probably covers 100% of what they need or close to that. So no customization needed, quick to deploy, experienced partner. So a lot of good stuff from the creation of h2A by Hermes and Awery.
Can you explain how this integrated platform of both Hermes and Awery coming together will be working on ground for an airline customer?
Think about the process, right? You have a full process going from a shipper to consignee, going through e-commerce and the cargo booking and the transportation and the warehouse management and the communication, all the messaging, all of the imports and so on. When you're thinking about all those elements of functionality, currently airlines, they have different solutions addressing different parts of this process. When you're putting Hermes and Awery together, actually you get h2A, which is one solution that covers all of this. That's the news. That's the beauty of what we're trying to do.
Since both companies are together on one platform right now, what are the new technologies or new solutions that you're planning to bring in?
It's not new technologies per se. There's a lot of talk about integration. So we already have both companies have an integration solution. What we're doing now, what we've done is we've mapped the process through both systems. We saw which data flows need to exist between the two solutions and what front end needs to be there. So the customer experience is of a single solution, right? Because we're not going to develop Hermes from scratch. Awery is not going to develop their ERP from scratch. We're going to be using those two best of breed solutions come together. So we did need to do that. We mapped the data flows, data exchanges, and so on. And today, because APIs are so common and because we both have standard ready integration, that is not a challenging task. We are completing that these days.
Thank you so much, Yuval, for joining us today.
All right. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you.